Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are we all doing on this fantastic Friday? We do have a topic today. It's discussing Marvel's Black Widow. I'm not going to be touching on spoilers straight away, so don't worry. But, like, there's nothing really to spoil either. Um, but don't worry. Like, I'm not going to jump into spoilers straight away. It's more just like, God damn, this film. God damn! Like I watched this last night, and got back at I don't know about 11 or something like that. I think it was about 11 o'clock at night. And as much as it's an enjoyable film, because it is like it's an enjoyable film, it's not that good though. Like there are some real eye roll moments for it, and it genuinely is a case of like just too late, way too late, way too late. This film should have been dropped 10 years ago. Like 10 years ago, this film should have been dropped. The backstory of Budapest. It's not that good. Wasn't that interesting. They bigged it up. You remember Nick Fury's eye? This be all and end all. Oh, that superb eye. Yeah, it's about like that, basically. So we're going to be touching on Black Widow today. That's what we're going to be talking about, basically. Yes, it is dress gown Fridays. I'm not in a gown. It's really hot here today. I've been working on my car all day. I've got bloody oil all over my shirt and stuff like that. Absolute mess. Go and shower. Feel awful. But I thought I would really just drop in and discuss Black Widow. I've already done my review of it, and I didn't want to label this like group therapy because it's not that bad. It's not as bad as like the Rise of Skywalker. Like that needed a group therapy. That was a horrendous movie. So I thought what we would do is just basically jump down and talk about it. I want to get an idea of how many people have actually watched it thus far, though. So it's important to, well, just to see really, and also to get an insight. How many people have watched it here? Because it's been out for a little while now. It's been out since yesterday. But then I swear other people have managed to watch it as well. So let me know how many people have watched it, and also let me know how many people care about spoilers. You know, if you care about spoilers, let me know. But I'd be curious. Yeah, be curious to know either way. I don't want to jump too much into spoilers yet, if there's a lot of people that don't want it. But we will get into it. I've sent some messages off to some people to maybe bring some on here as well to for other people's opinions and stuff like that. So Save says I care about spoilers. Yeah, again, I will talk about spoilers, but I'll give you a warning for that. Really, I watched it. Went to the first showing at 10:30 a.m. Okay, good. So you've watched it. Good. There's a lot of people that haven't seen it, but a lot of people are just like, yeah, no, just spoil it. Don't care. No intention to watch it. Spoilers are fine. Yeah, you need a spoiler paddle to hold up. Oh, okay. When sharing something specific about the film. No, because there'll be people that will just be listening to this without watching. I saw half of it, turned it off for the stream. Jesus. Well, that's clearly a worthwhile movie then if you're switching it off halfway through. Yeah, a lot of people don't really care too much about spoilers, it seems. Right. I mean, look, it is what it is. So, yeah. Your non-spoiler review was super short. Well, what do you expect? Like, Black Widow's not in danger. It's set between movies. There's nothing to go into. There is nothing to go into with non-spoilers, save 400, my dude. There's genuinely not. What's there to go into? It's a bad spy movie. Lackluster. I don't know, belittles any man in it, which is by the by. I mean, it's a woman's film, so I get that some people want to see that and more for them. But when the MCU has a wider audience than just women that will be watching most of these films, it does seem dumb that they would do that. The Red Guardian is basically just the butt of every single joke, literally the butt of every single joke. We don't see him fight once. Save for some arm wrestling. That sucks. That really sucks. Mixed Blood says there's nothing to spoil if you saw Endgame. Yeah, precisely. There's no risk. There's no danger. Clifford Russell has dropped in, says, hey, Mr. Awesome channel. I'm watching it tomorrow morning. Most other types of films, I'm careful with spoilers, but increasingly don't really care about spoilers for more recent comic book movies. Yeah. Wall 1970 says, it's just like you said, it should have been made years ago. Yeah, it really should have done, to be honest. Yeah. The fanboys cried out that it was overdue for Black Widow female-led movie. Maybe they should have made it 10 years ago. So they should have made it 10 years ago. The interesting thing about this film is that it's a movie that I think in its sort of rallying cry to be made so late has basically pleased no one, because it's a movie that serves no purpose outside of setting up another character to come into the MCU. So it's not really a Black Widow movie. In that regard, it's a vehicle to push Florence Poe's character, which I think sucks, to be fair. I think that's a shame, because I like the Black Widow character. I think she's good. Scarlett Johansson is good in the role. But yeah, shame. There is an end credit scene. That's the only thing that ties it into anything else, and that is the setup for Florence Poe's character moving forwards. Yeah, it's not a good movie, but it's not entertaining. Like, it is an entertaining film, but I wonder how many people are getting tired and sick to death of like just big CGI fests, bad big CGI fests, because that's the important thing. CGI where you don't know it's CGI is fine, because that's good CGI, isn't it? But CGI where you're looking at it and you're like, oh, they're not running. That's CG. What's that? You know, there's a scene right at the end where Red Guardian and Rachel Weisz's character are running. You know, they're Melina. They're running, and I'm like, that's CG. That's real bad CG. Oh dear, oh dear. And I think Marvel are really, Marvel are really the worst offenders, I think, for the sort of way blown out CG stuff these days. Like, I mean, there has obviously been a lot with DC as well, in fairness. So I'd say just comic book movies in general, perhaps. The over-reliance on CG. And maybe that's what makes those budgets just fucking insane. Like, absolutely insane. Those budgets are mental. Absolutely mental. If you want to ask a question specifically about the film, or you want to ask a question, chip into the conversation, please chuck on some super chats here and there. I am just going to sort of be discussing it right now, because there's not many people that have seen it, so I can't really ask you that many questions, basically. Can't really interact with you that much. But we will get to normal sort of stream level in a moment, for sure. But I just wanted to sit here and discuss it, really. It's Taskmaster. What a generic-ass costume. You get a really cool concept in the comics, right? Taskmaster is an interesting character. Great costume. Great suit. What are you going to do in this movie? You're going to make him the most blandest costume ever. What was that? Are we just going to give him the out like a spray painted bottom skull face thing? That's Taskmaster. What a waste. What a waste. What an absolute waste. The gender flip and stuff like that. Yeah, like, I mean, I don't mind. To be expected these days, you know. Not a surprise. Really not a surprise. Why does Taskmaster look like dog shit? DB Cooper says. Yeah, well, because I don't know. It's almost like it's in Marvel movies, there's always a villain that they have that they just throw down the drain. And they're always good villains as well. Like the Mandarin, for instance, right? The Mandarin is a good villain, and then they made him that weird, you know, that weird knockoff Sir Ben Kingsley actor Mandarin thing. And then they're like, "Oh shit, we shouldn't have done that." And then we're gonna remake him later down the line. It's like, for God's sake, ladies and gents, for God's sake, such a shame, such a shame. Vasi Review says, which was the gender flip? Yeah. Oh, it's just, I don't know. Not happy. Shame. It was a shame. And I don't know. I feel like with respect to this movie as well, just being a vehicle for someone else to sort of come and take over. That's not really is that a good use of a solo movie? I don't think so. And Taskmaster was gender flipped. It's a dude in the comics. Is it fair to say Captain Marvel 2.0? No. Maybe. I don't know, really. Some of it was dumb like that. Yeah, maybe. Is Florence's character good? I liked her. I liked her in this. I thought she was funny, endearing. She's a good actress. I think actually her Russian accent probably stayed the strongest throughout. Most other people's Russian accents were really, really, obviously like faux Russian accents were really, really wonky. Ray Winston, bless him. My God. His Russian accent dropped so many times. But also I think to myself, is that the best take that you had? The takes that they included in the film were obviously the best takes, right? Those are the best takes. And Ray Winston's Russian just fucking... His Russian accent just dropped and dropped and dropped. Yeah, it was not good. It was not good. Oh dear. What a shame. Who else is getting... Well, I was pretty much done with Marvel after Endgame anyway. Like, I'm open to them being good moving forwards, but this was... What a waste of Red Guardian. What a waste of Red Guardian. Shame. Could Ray Winston ever do accents? No, not really. Finbar White Evening, Mr. H. Jasper and the Motley Crew. Hope you're all well. Do you think they're waiting on Spider-Man No Way Home to push forward in Phase 4? Maybe. I don't know. I mean, it's that and... Yeah. And Doctor Strange, isn't it? That's the real... Although this movie's the first one being released after Endgame, those are the real movies moving the narrative forward. And I think that's where this movie falls apart. There's so many people that just don't... They don't know where this sits because they just watch movies. So this will confuse a lot of people, I think. I think we all have a crush on Florence Poe. She did a good job. She really did a good job, to be fair. Vasi Review says 100 likes. Let's go, chat. Yes, please do like the video, ladies and gents. I think, yeah. God damn. And the story's not even like the story. So Black Widow's on the run. Obviously, because she broke the Sokovia Accords. She's on the run, and she gets some mail from Budapest. That's the setup, and you're like, oh right, okay. They do set up General Ross becoming the Red Hulk because he's had a few bypasses. So they do set up him becoming the Red Hulk. Could be interesting. I don't think they'll ever do it though, and that's why it's kind of like pointless. It's one of those like little cock teasers. You just don't get to blow your load. You're like, oh shit. And yeah, so she goes on the run. She gets some mail. She then thinks nothing of it, goes to bin it, and then gets set upon. That's the setup, basically. And then goes to Budapest because the mail came from Budapest. All right, cool. And that's when you're like, oh my God, yes. Budapest. We're going to see so much about Budapest. No, we don't. We see nothing. We see nothing. And this is the problem, isn't it? You build this thing up more and more. This thing's so big. Ah, it's this epic event that happened in this character's life, and then boom, it completely falls apart. Shame. Who was the standout in this movie, and who was the worst? Andy McCallum says. Who was the standout in this movie? Florence Pugh is probably the standout. She was really decent. Who was the worst? Worst by comparison to what I know they can do, I would probably say is Rachel Weisz, because she can act, but I think she phoned it in. Actually, I think she really phoned it in, and she's a good actress. Like Ray Winston's not a good actor, right? Like he's good at what he does, but he's not a good actor. So I'm not going to compare him on the same scale as I would Rachel Weisz. Like Rachel Weisz can do really good work, and yet she didn't, and I think she really phoned it in. Michael Strelet says, film started good, then went weak, then crap. Guardian was an idiot. Then Task was a ma'am. Yes, we know a woman. What happened to Marvel, the Saw universe? Yeah, I mean, it was an odd change. It was also a reveal that wasn't a reveal because you saw it coming a mile off. Like Taskmaster being a woman. I mean, come on. That was obvious. It was obvious. And this is a 12A as well. In the UK, probably PG-13, I guess, in the States. They could have done a lot more with that 12A PG-13 rating, but they didn't. Shame. Andy McCallum, that's a shame. I had high hopes for Weisz. She's a good actress. She is a really good actress, but she was bad in this. Like she's phoned it in. Royston Parker, do they all die in the end? Well, obviously Black Widow doesn't die. Of course she doesn't, because she lives on to go and die elsewhere, doesn't she? Like, we've seen it. Standout goes to Red Guardian. Hope to see more of him. He was crap. Why was Red Guardian a standout? He was an idiot. He was the butt of every single joke. I'm so surprised you think he was a standout. He was played as a fool the whole time. Was he funny and endearing a little bit with it? Yeah, but he was also still the butt of every single joke. Marshmallow says, bit random, but thoughts on a Thunderbirds film? Nah, I wouldn't want to see that. I genuinely wouldn't want to see that. Oh, such a shame. Red Guardian was a standout because he had fun. Nobody else did. I don't think he did. I mean, he was having fun, but what a waste of a character. You could swap Red Guardian out with anyone, and it wouldn't have changed the film, like, at all. He did nothing of note. Honestly, you swap him out and have any other character there, it would have been fine. He does nothing. He stands up, gets shot with a bunch of tranquilizers, goes down, like, all right, cool, no worries. Literally, pointless character. Pointless character in this. I feel bad for Guardian. It sounds like he was basically just bullied the whole movie. He was bullied. Justice for Red Guardian, ladies and gents. He was bullied. Luke, the awesome one. I enjoyed the film. I didn't feel it was toxic feminism being thrown at me. Unlike Captain Marvel, I understand the criticisms of it, especially with Taskmistress. Hey, now. That'll rile some people up. Yeah, I'm not sitting here saying it was, like, a feminist wet dream. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it was a bad film that was like 10 years too late, because it was 10 years too late. If this film dropped 10 years ago, I think people would be really happy with it. I genuinely think people would be really happy with it. 10 years ago, this film would have lined up nicely with the first Marvel stuff, but nah, not so good. Marshmallow says to Harley Quinn, I heard the molecules that played the snow were pretty good. You legend, yeah. Hosea says, hello, sir. Random ass question. Can you do other accents? I like putting on a British accent. God knows why. My real voice sounds like Korg in Thor Ragnarok. That's fucking hilarious. No, I can't really do accents, to be fair. Joseph Pullen says Taskmaster could have been so much cooler. A villain that can mimic every move you make, including Black Panther and Captain America. Well, the thing is, ladies and gents, what you need to remember is Taskmaster is introduced in a film. A Taskmaster, right? A person that can imitate anyone's fighting style. Watch them fight with them, can mimic it instantly, right? And they only have them face off visually against Black Widow. And now they're gone. Do you think we're going to see that villain again? No. We only see them face off against Black Widow. We'll never see that villain again. I doubt it. I doubt we will. So by that definition, or by that metric, absolutely, what a waste of a character. What a waste of a good villain. I absolutely agree. It was definitely too late. Yeah. Too little, too late, you know. If you're improving Taskmaster, then awesome. I'm all up for it. But don't do gender swap just because it is vogue now. It's funny. How about this instead of recasting Taskmaster as a woman? They should have chosen Madam Hydra for a female antagonist. Yeah, I mean, there's so much. There are infinitely better things you could have done to have, a female villain in the role, right? But the thing is about Taskmaster is it's just been, that's a waste of a character now. We're not going to see him again. They're one and done, and they only faced off against Black Widow. The fight with Red Guardian, you didn't even see. They fucking cut away. They cut away. Why? Why did you cut away? You don't even get to see him fight off. He literally fights no one. God, such a waste. When US agent got given the Captain America job, they let Taskmaster out of prison to teach him how to fight with and throw the shield. Madam Hydra was an AI in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I don't think that's canon anymore, is it? Yeah, Oni 64, I saw that. There is a jury trial now set for Predator copyright lawsuit next year. So, but there's lots of like court dates up until then, like meetings and stuff like that. So I'll be doing videos on it for sure. Only way to give Red Guardian justice is to give him a badass prequel fight scene versus Captain America. Yeah, but it said that he was lying. So it's like, oh, well, whatever, I guess. Would have been hilarious if it was Hugh Jackman as Taskmaster. It would have been interesting. Taskmaster's a good character, but they just absolutely ruined it. Didn't the same thing happen to Ghost in Ant-Man, just throw a character? Yeah. And this is the problem, is that like Marvel thinks that their heroes are what sells the films, but villains are what makes heroes interesting. Right? Think about Batman. Batman stands the test of time, as does Spider-Man. Batman and Spider-Man stands the test of time because they have the most interesting rogues gallery. You know, you don't just throw them away, you utilize them correctly. And I think that's the massive downfall of Marvel, is they throw their villains away instantly in favor of their heroes far too much. Because it's the villains that make the heroes interesting. Rogues galleries are what's important. One Shot says, hey, Mr. H, I've heard that Marvel does now own the Daredevil from Netflix, and it's 50-50 if Charlie Cox is playing the same one. Where'd you hear that from? It is Wrestling 101. You need solid heels to build epic baby faces. True. DC is going to keep him around. Keep her around, sorry. Just like Deathstroke. Ah, yes. Black Widow had horrible villains. A fat old guy who holds Bond villain speeches about, look what I'm about to do. True, yeah. I mean, look, I hate to say Ray Winston's fat and old, but he is, even though he's a British legend. But yeah, he was very Bond-esque, wasn't he? But in the worst possible way. I almost expected him to be like, no, I expect you to die. You know, like, do you expect me to talk? No, I expect you to die. Like, seriously, just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Smoke Monster. I tried to send you a super chat, but Google doesn't let me. Change your wording, Smoke Monster, my dear. Change your wording. It might work. It blocks some stuff sometimes. AJ Sumano says, man, that's really lame. Not only did they waste Red Guardian, it sounds like they really wasted David Harbour. Yeah, they did waste David Harbour. You know, he can act. But yeah, this was poorly written for that respect anyway. He learned to dive by watching the Olympics, but almost drowned because he couldn't swim seriously. What's that? Now I'm afraid they might kill Doctor Doom. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? Like, are they going to... that's a villain that they... Yeah, well, that's a villain, isn't it? Marvel and their villains. They're terrible with their villains. If Marvel didn't let Joss Whedon ruin Black Widow in Age of Ultron, her movie would have been released after Civil War. Also, Captain Marvel should never have had a movie. She's the epitome of pointless. Yeah, I agree with you there. I do agree with you there. Again, like, you know, this movie is just a vehicle to push forward Florence Pugh's character. That's not inherently bad, but then this is the movie that people have been asking for as a solo for Black Widow, just being a vehicle for Florence Pugh. That's bad. That's bad, because you're not getting the good solo movie. IGN reported a while ago those shows are free to join or really rejoin the MCU anytime. Oh, well, maybe we will then. That'll be interesting. Terrible. Black Widow needed a movie after Iron Man 2. Yeah. Yeah, again, too little, too late. Too little, too late. Luke, the awesome one. I would have had Melina be head of the Red Room instead, as she's a villain in the comics, and Taskmaster trained the Widows as a man, or just Taskmaster, as the trailer said. Yeah. There are infinitely better choices out there. That could have been really, really good. Shame. Jake from State Farm with the Z. Bruh. I love the 240, man. That's looking sick. That is looking really good. You got no rust on there. Anyway. Donovan, a background story with Hawkeye, show Budapest, etc. Yeah, they should have done that. They should have done that. Look at me. I'm the Taskmaster now. Yeah, everyone's the Taskmaster, god damn it. Do you think Venom 2 will be good? I hope it is. I like the first one, but think it needs an R rating. We'll never get an R rating for Venom because it made too much money as PG-13 or whatever it was. I think it'll be more of the same, but maybe a little bit better because it's got Andy Serkis involved, and I think he's good. So I do think I've got high hopes for it, actually. I do think it will be good. I thought the trailer was decent, like fine enough anyway. I think it's like, if you like the first one, I think you'll like the second one, put it that way. I take it not worth watching. Probably wait until it comes on rental. If ever bother watching, they waited too long for it. So look. Here's the thing, right? I can't strongly recommend it because I can't strongly recommend it to Marvel fans because it doesn't do anything for her backstory. Not really. I don't think so. Anyway, and it doesn't further the universe at all. It sets up another character basically taking over the role. I think ultimately, where I can recommend this is if you want to go and buy popcorn with a movie ticket as well. Because if you want to go eat some shit and just sit down and watch a movie, it's not a bad watch. Like, it's entertaining enough. But you got to remember is that people watch these expecting it to go into a wider universe now, and this didn't at all. And I think that's where it falls apart. Marvel should have hired me to make the movie, Luke the Awesome One. They definitely should have done. Also, have you heard another Tomorrow War is in development at Amazon? I have. I've got 2 more videos releasing today. One at midnight my time, so in a couple of hours, and then one at 2 a.m. my time, so in another couple of hours. I spent all day working on my car, and then I came back and did a bunch of videos as well, because I was out last night watching this film. until 11 o'clock at night. You learn the origin of a green vest in Infinity War. Yeah. God damn. There is an end credit scene. Yes, there is. But it's just setting up another character. That's all it is. Florence Poe's character. Is it worth the price of theatre popcorn? If it's cheap, maybe. I get like it's not a terrible film. It's just too late. It is genuinely just too late. This should have come out 10 years ago, and a good, Black Widow solo movie should have come out 10 years ago. This is just a vehicle for another character, and I think that does a disservice to Black Widow. I think. Shame. I think the mistake from last Friday's stream was the gown variant. There wasn't a stream last Friday. I wasn't here. Pow. Andy, you're not quick today, bro. Chris Lambo, hi H. What are you looking forward to next? Antlers. I'm looking forward to Antlers next. I think that'll be good. Dominic Miller's here. Hail all. Hail. How you doing? We've got 338 people in the chat. Please do hit that like button. We're just here talking about Black Widow, basically. Seamus McCallahan says this whole movie was setting up White Widow. I enjoyed it. Yeah. Well, but then it's not a good Black Widow solo movie, is it, really? I don't know. To me, it's not. They could have done a lot more with it. Could have done a lot more with Taskmaster, a lot more with Red Guardian. We could have actually seen Red Guardian fight. Antlers looks sick. It does. It looks really, really good. S. Des says, and the saddest part is that Marvel shits out a garbage movie and gets $13 million on opening night. Americans just proved they are trained SEALs. Oh dear. It's not my words, ladies and gents. This S. Des. I don't think this will get good word of mouth though. What is the Rotten Tomatoes score? Not that Rotten Tomatoes matters, FYI. Shall we share? So, there we go. Right. 81% from, wow, 94% audience score. What are the critics actually saying about it then? Johnson and co-star Florence Poe are terrific, but the lightweight story relies on implausible plot turns and cheap soap opera antics. I mean, look, Richard, mate, you are watching a fucking superhero movie. Like, it is going to be implausible plot turns, isn't it? Though her selfishness goes against what life has continually taught her, that relationships are a weakness that will always let you down, it's also the skeleton key to her legacy. What a thrill to finally be able to understand it. Wow. That's Vox for you, I guess. Any thoughts on an MCU Micronauts movie? Nah, I wouldn't mind. So, even when bloated Marvel action robs the film of intimacy, Johansson digs in deep into how her Russian assassin once felt outside the Avengers bubble. What? And Poe deserves Oscar love. Peter Travers, you think Florence did a good job, but that's not an Oscar performer. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Oscar love. Well, that's not a surprise, is it, Peter? ABC News, female empowerment. I'm all for females being empowered, but I'm not going to then pretend that one of them needs a fucking Oscar for it. No one's going to fuck you, Peter. Jesus, mate. Florence ain't going to see you on the red carpet and go, Peter, he wanted me for an Oscar. I'm going to go jump on his tiny peen. Good God. Mr. H, one question. Do you think Black Widow could go 1v1 against Hellraiser? No. I'm doing an MA in film, and my dissertation is about what HW are doing with female Hollywood protagonists recently. I got lots to say on criticizing the wokeness. My microphone just moved. I'd be curious to see what you think of that, to be fair. Are you looking forward to Florence Pugh becoming the new Black Widow, or should the Black Widow character rather just be done within the MCU? I think Florence Pugh did a good job. Like, as much as I'm here ripping on this Oscar love piece, because that is fucking nonsense, I actually think she did a good job. Like, she did a good job in the role. She was interesting. But yeah, no, not good. The property that was supposed to be the first installment of Phase 4 by now just feels phased out. Yeah, I'd agree with that. I wish the story felt like it had more traction, more sense of purpose, rather than being a side story shoehorned in between more powerful tales. Yep, I agree with that one as well. If you want people to think you're good at something, don't have Florence Pugh do the same thing right next to you. That's interesting. I think she did a good job. After the head trip that marked the early episodes of WandaVision and the longing, somewhat clumsy angst that permeated the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, it is refreshing to experience an entire character arc in just over 2 hours. Yeah, I guess there was a character arc for sure. Marvel is on the way out. Disney, what will replace? And no soy 2026, soybeans at their best. Film has so much options. It does. I'm hoping we're going to get a return of sword and sorcery. That'd be badass. That'd be absolute badass. But I doubt it. Impressively acted and directed. I thought the direction was bad. Again, if you've got Ray Winston dropping his Russian accent every few words, which does happen, and I don't want to shit on Ray Winston because he's a good dude. He is a British acting legend. But that's not good direction. You know, if that's your best takes, right? That is your best takes. That's the ones that you've got. Good directed. No, it's not. Black Widow delivers action, humor, and emotion in the mighty Marvel banner. No, mate. I heard from another channel that the part where she breaks her nose to avoid the bad guys' pheromones was quite hilarious. Really? What the hell? Not really. It's all of about a few seconds. So basically, she has to sever her own nerves. So she smashes her face on a table. And she says to Ray Winston, well, I was relying on you to break my nose, but I'll just do it myself. So she just smashes her face on the table. Her nose is broken. And then she can beat up Ray Winston. That's it. Because Ray Winston's character's got superhuman pheromones that means no one can hurt him. It's like I don't know. Have I seen the new trailer for the new film called Embattled? No, I've not. The approach largely works in more small-boned fashion, thanks in part to the crispness of the action, whose fight sequences have as much in common with the kinetic aspect of the Bourne saga as superhero-style pyrotechnics. Oh my God. CNN, you're comparing Black Widow to the Bourne franchise. No. Bad. CNN. They are not on the same level. Bad. Real bad. Go back and watch them. You'll realize you're a joke. That is fucking unreal. That's like all credibility just lost then. Oh my God. A bigger reason for the film coming up so short in quality is that the title character ends up being the least interesting of all the players. I'll agree with that. That's a bang up. That's yeah, I agree with that. Black Widow is not the worst Marvel Cinematic Universe movie, but it's easily one of the blandest. Oh dear. Dear, oh dear. dishearteningly less concerned with giving Natasha Romanoff her own story. Yes, Marianne Johansson, you've got it. This is what I said. This is what I've just been saying. This is the movie that people have been crying out for, right? They've been banging on about this. Guys, we need a Black Widow solo movie. We need it. Boom. It's not a solo movie. It's just setting up another character. Dishearteningly less concerned with giving Natasha Romanoff her own story than with setting up her MCU replacement. Superfluous, backward looking. It's a bit of a feminist bellboard. She deserved better. I agree. I don't really look the feminism part of it. I don't know whether I agree with that. Like they made the men the butt of the jokes, but they also made women subjugated to men. So I can't really say it's a feminist, wet dream at this point. So I'm not going to agree with that. But setting up of another replacement, yeah, 100%. Black Widow wants to give MCU fans the reward of understanding a reference without asking them to do the work. This is diluted fandom. As talented as Scarlett Johansson and Florence Pugh are, nothing they do or say feels honest or character-driven. Yeah. It's Scarlett Johansson's movie, but Florence Pugh still was the show. Adequate, but the film never takes cinematic risks. Marvel don't take any risks. The property that was supposed to be the first movie installment of Phase 4 by now just feels phased out. I already read that one. Fuck me. There is this scene as well. Oh, good God, there's this scene. I said it in my review where Florence Pugh's about to sacrifice herself. She's just a human. Florence Pugh's about to sacrifice herself. She's like, this has been fun. Scarlett Johansson's like, no, Elena. And then she blows up this aircraft, like a helicopter fighter jet thing. And rather than, bearing in mind, this aircraft blows everyone else up, it sends Florence Pugh's character blowing up away. She just blows up away from it. It propels her away. And I'm like, well, why? Come on now. Come on now. Coincidence. What's going on? Such a shame. And it was just such dumb line delivery as well. No, Yelena. This has been fun. Oh, shut up. God damn. Black Widow, much like The Family, at its core is a messy affair. Although the action sequences are entertaining, the awkward dramatic beats hinder the overall flow of the film. Yeah, I agree with that. Black Widow isn't much of an action movie. It exists mostly to fill the narrative gap between Captain America Civil War and Avengers Infinity War. Yeah. I mean, it's a vehicle just to give someone a new entry into Marvel. That's all it is. It's ultimately disappointing how much of Black Widow is in its comparatively limited way, just more of the same. A sidebar to the overall Marvel project rather than an essential part of it, a mixture of spy stories, superhero movie that, despite the charisma and chemistry of both Johansson and Poe, comes across as less than the sum of its parts. Like pretty much every Marvel film, Black Widow is a polished and easy to watch blockbuster. But that's all it is, and it's tough to remember anything even remotely notable after the credits. Damn. I'd say he's on point with that one, ladies and gents. It's just not that good. Should have been 10 years ago. 10 years ago, this film should have dropped. 10 years ago. Anyway, it's enough shit talk from me about Black Widow. Let's talk to you guys, ladies and gents. Shall we just talk to you? I would have forgiven the bland story of Taskmaster. Would have been amazing, but they absolutely wasted him. Her? Yeah, they did. Real bad. I owned a comic store for years. Fanboys and fangirls are loyal to a fault. Marvel DC can do no wrong in some of their eyes. Yeah, I'm neither a Marvel or DC fan. I just like movies. This was not one to really like. Unusual for Fridge to let DC steal their thunder with having the first female movie with Wonder Woman. only did it now because SJ is on her way out. Yeah. What's the fridge reference? I don't understand that. Until COVID is officially over, I feel like everything is just filler and get peeps a paycheck. Well, no, because this was in production before that. So not really. I got one better. At least it wasn't Iron Man 3. Oh. They should have made a Black Widow series. Yeah, I think a Black Widow series would have been good fun. I would have watched that. I like the Loki series. I think Loki's good. Did you hear that Zack Snyder's working on another movie for Netflix called Rebel Moon? Yeah, it's just a sci-fi movie. They haven't revealed any actual information about it. I was going to do a video on it, but I got snowed under with loads of other videos instead. Sorry, I forgot to type. Sending some Jasper love. Awesome. Your thoughts about Chris Pratt's sequel? Have a great weekend, Mr. H. Lots of alcohol. Yeah. Well, for starters, thanks for dropping in, dude. Thanks for the $5. I don't know. I'm in two minds about it. Like time travel movies, ultimately, you can go a grand distance with, can't you? So you could. There are endless possibilities of the time travel movie, but did that film feel like a one and done? Yes, it felt like a one and done to me. And unless they come up with something very, very, very interesting for the sequel, it's going to be crap. Like it's going to be a cash grab. So yeah, I'm open to it, but I'm like, we'll see. We will see. Because it's a case, they could go so many options with it, but don't focus on the white spikes again. Focus on the aliens that brought them. Make it an actual proper sci-fi film, you know? Go to space or something. I don't fucking know. Something like that would be epic. I'd love that. It'd be so good. Yeah, I'd be down for that. Also, ladies and gents, just to let you know right now, if you go to productionhfilms.com, ladies and gents, if you go to productionhfilms.com, go to the shop, you can now buy brand new limited edition Breaking Lights. That's right, ladies and gents. It is now up for sale. My Blu-ray, the hour-long documentary is there. The film is there. It's all there. Please do check it out. I've dropped it there. We've got 321 people watching. Go and buy it. Support me. Support original film. We'll sit here and we'll sat here bitching about Hollywood and stuff like that. Support an original filmmaker. Put your money where your mouth is, ladies and gents. Please do. Please do go and grab it. Yeah, it is. It's a cautionary tale of suicide, depression, mental health, told through the lens of psychological horror of Lovecraft. A very ambitious undertaking, but it's there. It's available. Breaking Lights. It is there. Please do go and grab it whilst you can, because when I say limited, I'm not one of these people that's like, oh, it's not limited edition. Oh wait, we'll just keep making more. No, it's limited production. Once it's gone, it is completely gone. Don't sleep on it. Go get it now, please do, ladies and gents. I made Blackfields as a limited run. People have missed out. They've emailed me. I've said sorry. We're not making it anymore. It's done. It is literally a limited piece of the channel's history. It's a limited piece of media. It won't be released anywhere else. So I'm not planning to release it on the channel. So you won't see it on the channel. And there is an hour-long making of documentary as well. I think you guys will like it. I think you guys will really, really like it. So go and grab it now. It ships worldwide as well, just as an FYI, because I know lots of people are like, oh, doesn't it ship worldwide? It ships worldwide. Ships worldwide. And people who've already bought Blackfields will know the quality of the Blu-ray. It's a Blu-ray, like it's a proper Blu-ray. It's got printed disc, printed everything. It's good quality. Seamus, I would like a West Coast Avengers style spin-off using US Agent White Widow, new Hawkeye, and She-Hulk War Machine 2, Barton as mentor. Oh, that could be good. That could be good. Black Widow should have had a glorious purpose. Yeah, true. Why are we not getting a Peter Rabbit review? I know. I'm so sorry. It's not my jam. It is not my jam. I've been here for ages, and we've discussed this. Ellie Moses now owns the No Chill crown. Jesus, what is going on? Dear, oh dear. Tomorrow, I'm releasing an exclusive featurette of the behind-the-scenes documentary as well, which will show it's like the first 10 minutes of the featurette of the documentary. Basically, I just thought I would show that because a lot of people are not aware of the quality of the documentary. The documentary is an amazing quality. It's really, really good. What is this? We need a Blackfield's character emojis. Andy, you're the emoji man. You get making some. You make them. Well, I'll use them. You said you're going to make me more. Make me more. Send them this way. Queen could have laid eggs for a Tomorrow War sequel. War could have started earlier. Well, the daughter's growing up and being nothing could be interesting. So, in the video that's going to be released tonight about it, because I've already made my video, I did think to myself, because of Chris Pratt's actions in the now new timeline, he's changed the course of history. So I'm thinking to myself, well, there's a way that they can just bring the aliens down because he blew up their ship. What if that sends a signal to the alien homeworld that was transporting the white spikes? That'd be cool. I think that'd be cool. Do that. Let's do that. They won't, but yeah, it'd be good if they did. Well, I'll look at the trailer first, see if it's my thing. I don't know whether Embattled going to be my thing. I'll check the trailer out first and then go from there. But yeah, I'll check it out. Oh, God, my back. Dang it, my back's hurting these days because I've not been working out this week. Now my back hurts. Now, for God's sake. Bloody ridiculous. I like the idea of the daughter having her success taken away from her. Yeah, true. I just finished Black Widow. Honestly, would not recommend at all. No, neither. I can't strongly recommend it either way, to be fair. I genuinely can't. It should have been good. That's the point, is that this is a movie that needed to be good, I think. It needed to be a good movie. But it just sadly wasn't. But yeah. Ellie Moses, morning H and chat. Black Widow wasn't worth the 35 Australian dollars I paid for last night. The thing that really disappointed me was the world building, lack of tension, and there are no stakes whatsoever. Yes. Literally no stakes. And Taskmaster was wrecked and ruined, wasn't he? She. Garbage. What a waste. Andrew W., the other aliens would be cool. Yeah, exactly. So the aliens that were transporting the white spikes, do a story about them, have them come down to Earth, do a full-blown feature sci-fi movie. That space adventure, that's a way to make a franchise. Don't do a Tomorrow War, do a Tomorrow War, but do it as in the war is now coming tomorrow, i.e. the aliens are coming to invade. That'd be cool. Don't do bloody time travel again. Fuck time travel. Time travel's great, but it's been done, and it was done to a good degree. They don't need to do it again for the sequel because they've already changed the timeline. They can have the aliens come down now. The timeline's altered. Just have aliens come down. That'd be rad. Luke the Awesome, favorite MCU character? Hulk, but not. Oh, Marvel Cinematic Universe character. No, not Hulk. I don't know. Doctor Strange, maybe. I found him quite interesting. I think the writers forgot that she was human, and the things she survives or comes out of without a scratch, not even a little makeup blood, are fast 9 levels of laughable. I'd agree with that. Yeah. Smash Ball says, "Wow, that'd be really good. The aliens transporting the white spikes were a big question." Exactly. There are a lot of places you can go with it. George Barrett drops in and says, "Fridge." He meant Feige. Oh, right. Scarlet's third, only 36. Believe it's more that many had it out for ScarJo not being like Brie and such waffles. Yeah, you're probably right there, actually. But she was kind of like Brie, to be fair. Honestly, the MCU is getting woke beyond redemption. I'd rather see Todd Phillips do his own takes on different Marvel villains, Joker style. I wouldn't, because I think you're then it's too much of the same. I think Todd Phillips doing the Joker movies is enough, and I think it's interesting. Let other people have their chance. Give a just for DC, for instance, give Guillermo del Toro a Clayface movie. Make it a body horror film. I've been saying for ages it should be a body horror film. That'd be awesome. What's your go-to movie or other palate cleanser after watching a Duff movie, Mr. H? Just comedy stuff, to be fair. Just good comedy movies. That always cheers me up. All this steak talk, Mr. H. Get to the damn barbecue. I know. I need to do barbecues again, actually. I haven't done any for a little while. Mr. H, are you going to watch Sharks of the Corn? What's that? What is Sharks of the Corn? I would like to see something involving the 4th, 5th, and 6th dimension. It's what we don't see behind, below, and on different vibration and light waves. Yeah, that could be interesting. Hold on. Un momento, ladies and gents. Un momento. So they released the Witcher Season 2 trailer. I actually watched this just before dropping on this stream. Who's seen it, ladies and gents? Who has seen the Season 2 trailer? I'll give my thoughts just real quick. I'm more impressed with this as a trailer than I was the first season, if that makes sense. The first season trailer was a good trailer, but then the first season was a bit disjointed. This second season and the trailer for it, anyway, it looks less disjointed. It looks like it's now going to be continuing linearly. It looks like it's much more Henry Cavill front and center, which do that. He's great. More of him, please. He's really, really good. Like, I want a show and the producers of a show to realize how good of an actor he actually is and to showcase it properly. You know, he has star power. Use him. But it looked interesting. Like, it looked like it was actually interesting. So I'm going to watch it, but I was impressed enough to go, yeah, I want to watch that. So let me know what you guys think of The Witcher Season 2 trailer. Hugo, hi again, Mr. H. I saw Black Widow on Wednesday. Absolutely loved it. My favorite Avenger aside from Thor. Finally, in what I think might be my favorite MCU movie for someone who is more of a DCEU fan. All the best. Really? See, I'm surprised by that. I would have thought, honestly, if Black Widow was your favorite character, that you would have almost been offended by it, I think, just because she was sidelined to introduce another character. Hey, honestly, man, like, more for you. I am just surprised, but good for you, dude. Like, if you enjoyed the movie, genuinely good for you. I don't want anyone to not like movies, because why would I wish someone waste their time on a movie? I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, and I agree with that. Thor's a great MCU character as well. Marshmallow recently asked if I could do a drawing of you and Jasper for Jasper's birthday. Found a pic. Not going to say which one. Just a heads up. We'll do time lapse. Okay. All right, man. Yeah. All right. Good. I guess I'll be keen to see that. I will be keen to see that. Demonic film trailer nearly made me poop my pants. Scary looking film. They only released the teaser, didn't they? They didn't release a full trailer, if I remember rightly. I want to see the deleted scene where she shoots everyone in the balls like RoboCop. For fuck's sake. What has anyone watched the Witcher? Oh, okay, here we go. We're getting Witcher comments now. Right, good. I am curious. Witcher cast Henry Cavill perfect for that role. Cavill is perfect in it. He is, but we needed more of him in the first season. Seeing the season 2 trailer, and yes, excited for it. Was unsure with the first season at the beginning, but really got into it. Okay, good. Has anyone else seen the season 2 trailer? I would normally do reactions and reviews of them, but Netflix are so bad at blocking. They're so bad at blocking copyright claiming videos. There's just no point doing them anymore. It's just a pain in the ass, so I don't bother doing them because it just hits your channel. It's not worth it. We watched the second season of Godzilla Singular Point if they decide to make it. For me, too much dialogue, but animation was great. Yeah, no, I'll definitely watch it. Like, I've watched the first season. I'm going to watch the conclusion of the story. 100% I will watch it. And I agree with you. Lots of dialogue, not much action. But the animation was awesome. And I don't mind the dialogue, but it was a bit wordy. Like, they needed to get to the point a little bit quicker. And less outer space, sci-fi, and more deep ocean, sea and undercontinent stuff would be cool. Some Verne or such. Yeah, man. If you haven't seen it, watch Underwater. That's a great film. I love a good creature feature set on Earth. The deep sea can be as scary as space. I think it genuinely can. Oh yeah, right. So Ellie Moses. I don't want to spoil it too much. But there's a scene discussing a hysterectomy and they made it out as a joke and it was disturbing. Yes. I did think that was really in bad taste. That was in poor taste in Black Widow. That whole scene was in real poor taste. I thought that was a shame. What should have been dark and emotional scene about taking something away from someone was turned into a joke. Yeah, I agree. I do agree. I'm glad you brought that up. That is something. It was played for laughs. It was like, come on now. Nikki season 1 of The Witcher is kind of woke, but I still loved it. Woke stuff doesn't necessarily mean bad, only when they shove it in your face. Yeah, I agree. Yep. Also, Mr. H, I'll send the link to the Japanese horror I spoke of tomorrow. It's 2 hours long, slow burn, acting is composed, restrained, unlike Western horror. I'll try and check it out. I will try and check it out, dude. But thank you. I want to know about mental illness and paranoia in deep space, where a ship can't see any stars, planets in any 3D direction, just black void like Event Horizon. That'd be good, wouldn't it? That'd be a good movie. That'd be very interesting. Yeah. I don't usually go on YouTube whilst at the gym, but did I watch part of the live stream whilst on the treadmill? Yep. Good. You want to go with the Stairmaster and then just put the YouTube there. That's it. That's how you do it. That's actually what I do when I do my runs. I just put YouTube on and run away. Mr. Age off topic, but at what age did you first leave UK to work in another country? That probably explains what movies you didn't see. No, not really. It's not really actually anything to do with that, to be fair. There was a lot of so when I lived and worked in Australia, that's where I watched Prometheus. Actually, you still access the movies. You still have access to movies. It wasn't that. It wasn't that at all. Woke as in Henry was completely sidelined for Yennefer and Ciri when their stories are not told that much till later on. It's called The Witcher. I agree. It's difficult to argue with that. I think they actually dealt with the hysterectomy topic way better in Age of Ultron. It carried more weight. I agree. I do agree with that. I mean, it is supposed to be, it is supposed to be something. You can make jokes of anything at the end of the day, but it didn't feel like something they were trying to make a joke of in the film anyway. So it did seem out of place quite a lot. Witcher had very diverse towns as well, just not realistic. Well, not for where it comes from, not for where the stories originate from. I didn't mind it. I wouldn't say that was bad in any way. It wasn't realistic, like you say. Yeah. The Witcher actually dealt with that topic really well with Yennefer. Agreed. Yes, actually. And it's still sort of ongoing a little bit there. And Neil Blomkamp's version of Alien. If I had one movie wish, that would be the movie that I would wish to see right now. Yeah, I'd love that movie to be made. It's never going to be made though, but whatever. Nick Matteo said, almost sounds like the premise for what would become the Cloverfield paradox. Before it was known as the God particle, and the synopsis was awesome. They fucked it, unfortunately. Yeah, you're not wrong there, mate. You're really not wrong there. Hugo, sorry, I just popped off to pre-order Breaking Lights. I did agree with your criticisms on Black Widow, but no, I wasn't offended. Natasha didn't feel sidelined to me. Oh, good, man. Like, honestly, good. I'm glad. And thank you for pre-ordering Breaking Lights as well. I do appreciate that. If anyone else wants to support me, the channel, please do. We have available now anyway. Is it here? Let me have a look. No, that is available here and now, ladies and gents, is Breaking Lights. Blu-ray exclusive, won't be released anywhere else. Please do go and buy it. Have I seen a 2010 film called Devil About? 5 strangers get stuck in an elevator. Things take a dark turn when a series of unnatural occurrences begin affecting them. No, I saw the trailer for that and I was like, maybe I'll check it out, but I never got around to it, sadly. As someone who knows women who have had hysterectomies, Black Widow's dealing of it felt off color. Yeah, but it just didn't seem like that kind of thing that they wanted to joke about, because that was part of the narrative that was causing the characters pain in the film as well. So you'd think that if it's part of the motivation for the characters having pain and doing what they do, that they wouldn't then joke about it, because it almost devalues their motivation. Odd. Really odd. Really, really, really odd. That's right. Yeah, Ellie Moses has actually watched Breaking Lights. You haven't seen the documentary, dude. No, you didn't come across as intrusive, dude. And I'm more than happy to talk about my time abroad and things like that. Ask questions. Ask away, like best places I've visited or anything like that. Happy to talk about it. Happy to talk about it. I have very fond memories. Very, very fond memories. Ridley Scott said Alien canon was played out and still makes Covenant let someone who loves the canon, like a certain guy that had some amazing ideas and concept art. Yeah. Mr. H, off topic in your mind, who would win in a fight? The Thing versus the Blob. The Thing. Godzilla versus Cthulhu, and Jasper versus a bag of trees. Jasper's a dude. He is a legend. Do you think England can do it versus Italy? I don't watch football. I've got no idea, mate. I literally have no idea at all. Hey, Mr. Age, off topic, but quick question. I'm 2 years out from a leg amputation below right knee, and I feel like I'm ready to hit the gym again. Thoughts on a good starting point? So you're 2 years out from a leg amputation. So you haven't had it yet, but you're going to need it, right? So you can't work your right leg below the knee. Assisted pull-ups, because I assume assisted pull-ups wouldn't really work. Thoughts on a good starting point? A good starting point for what would be the future of only one leg. If one still works, if you can still support on one leg, you could still try doing singular work, to be fair. But it won't stop you doing like upper body work, chin-ups, dips, things like that. Any pulley system work, seated. I'd be more inclined to recommend things primarily with machines, but good pulley systems are really good. You could sit on a bench and do lots of rotation work with pulley systems, and that would be really beneficial because you'll struggle to get that, I think, moving forwards with only one leg. So a lot of rotation stuff, so sitting on a bench, rotating, things like that, working the deep core, the quadratus lumborum. That would be good. I think that would be pretty decent, to be fair. No one... he's already had the amputation, you meant. Yeah, so... Well, then I would still recommend what I'm recommending, basically. Yeah. What I still stick by what I recommend. Rotation stuff, chin-ups, pull-ups, bench. Won't hurt you to do stuff like that. I would just really, really work on strengthening up your core more than anything else. So, again, I still think a lot of the rotation stuff will be what is limiting to you because you won't be able to rotate properly. And dependent whether you have a prosthetic or not, was it load bearing or not? And then if you're only working in one plane, you've got your arms there. If you're on crutches, which again you might be, or I don't know, but if you're on crutches, you'd want to work on strengthening your back, your mid to lower traps, so pulling your scapula back and down because they'd be compressed upwards the majority of the time. There's quite a lot, to be fair. I've not seen Sharlto Copley in Open Grave. I think he's a fantastic actor as well. I really like Sharlto Copley, actually. He's awesome. Like, he's really, really awesome. And I think he needs to be in much more things, to be fair. He's really, really good. He's really, really good. I think he was very, very underrated as a villain in Elysium. No matter what you think of the film, he was an underrated villain, and that he was great. Man, they ruined Taskmaster. Yes, they did. Just got out and wow. Yeah, they fucked it. They fucked it. Not good. Can I recommend using a rowing machine? I think about buying one. Rowing machines are fine. If you enjoy it, buy one. The thing about cardio is if you're just going to do it, if you're going to stick to it, then invest in it, basically. Like, I've got a treadmill. I like running, so I bought a treadmill and I run on a treadmill. Like, most people can run outside, can't in the UK because eventually it's going to piss down rain because that's the UK and it's not really any point. Have you played Carrion? I've never even heard of that. What is that? What is Carrion? I'm going to watch this movie on. I'm not going to watch this movie anyway, but since it's already Friday and all. How about Taskmaster, Master Mold Making the Sentinels? Yeah. What am I looking at here? Sorry. I really enjoy Elysium as well, but it's definitely Blomkamp's weakest film. I thought Chappie was his weakest film. That's really interesting. I mean, you're not going to like that because you're Chappie, District 9, Neil Blomkamp, #1 fan. But I honestly thought that Chappie was his weakest film. I think De Antwoord really, really fucked those films up. Just sort of breaking lights. Hopefully it doesn't twist my mind any worse than it is. I don't think so. It'll make you sad. Most people that have watched it have just been like, yeah, that made me sad. But that's the intention. I'm moderately obese. I was thinking about going out for runs, but I get out of breath very quick from short walks. What would you suggest I do? Power walk. I would suggest just power walking for the time being. You'll get in better shape from power walking. A few 20-minute power walks a week, build it up to 30, build it up to 40, and then go on a 10-minute run instead of one of the power walks, and then increase the run and so on and so forth, and then increase the frequency of the run, replacing another power walk, so on and so forth. It'll take a long time, but you'll get there. No quick chop, no quick swap out for it all. Elizabeth says this movie is a waste of potential of a film and it wasn't worth the wait. Yes, Elizabeth, I agree. I kind of agree on Chappie had promised, but the Antwoord was a cringe fest. Yeah, they were really bad. I understand why they did what they did with her, but come on, does every Marvel villain need to have a personal connection to the hero? Yeah, true. You got a good point there. Yeah, you got a really good point. They don't know how to do their villains. They genuinely don't. Breaking Lights has powerful emotional talking in it. Yeah, it does. It's not a linear story either, just to throw it out there. Ha! Start a health channel along with your car channel. They're both do good. My car channel doesn't do very good, but I just really enjoy making those videos, so I'm still going to keep going. If you didn't know, ladies and gents, I do actually have a car channel where I work on cars. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I still would love people to go on over there and at least check it out, because some people really like it who are not even into cars. So check it out. I've just linked it in the chat. You might like it. You might not, but head on over there. You might like it. But yeah, I've never thought about doing any health channel stuff. I'm going off now. Say hello to Jasper, to me and my dogs. Shares the name of my eldest of two younger brothers. So that's awesome. Until next time, Mr. H. Peace out, dude. And I'm, again, genuinely glad you enjoyed it. It's better to not have as a waste. So good. Very, very good. That is totally fine. Mr. H, not offended at all that you don't like Chappie. That's just your opinion. Agree. But good. There's so many people that wouldn't be able to handle that, though, just as an FYI. If you had an old 240Z, you'd get double the views. Yeah, probably. But I don't want one. Well, I do want one, but I don't, because I've got a 370Z. It's just not important. Like I like them, but I wouldn't really want to buy one. I've got my cars that I want at the moment. I don't want a 240Z. And the prices are just astronomically high, not worth the value anymore. I'm looking forward to reviewing Breaking Lights as it resonated with me so well. Good. Well, I'm glad. Going a little Pulp Fiction and the type of story for Breaking Lights. Solid. Yeah, so you're... There's two story elements to Breaking Lights. There's an audio story and there's a visual story. And one is not linear, basically. So the audio story is told not... Yeah. I'll have to explain it afterwards. I don't want to reveal anything. I want you guys to watch it and see if you enjoy it. But yeah, it's not... They're intertwined, but what you see and what you hear is not necessarily the story as it plays out, basically. Yeah, that's the best description I can give it. Although the story is told at a certain point in time, so therefore that's linear-ish. It makes sense. It'll make sense when you watch it. It'll make sense when you watch it. Would you rather have teeth for hair or hair for teeth? Oh, nah, don't like that question. No, that's awful. Bad question. Teeth for hair or hair for teeth? Ah, ah. Teeth for hair, I guess. I wouldn't. What? Nah, yeah. Ah, that's awful. That is awful. What's a guilty pleasure film or TV show that you like, if any? I've had loads in the past. I've watched some absolute trash, and I've just been like, yeah, "This is fine, whatever." Um, oh fuck, I can't even remember what I watched. I watched it years ago. It was on Netflix. It was about like a woman that ended up working in a fucking massage parlor that ended up giving people hand jobs. It was the weird. It was a series about some American woman. The weirdest thing, and I can't even remember why I got into it. I think I watched like a few episodes because I was bored, and then I watched the whole. I watched it all, and I was like, "Fuck this! What am I doing?" It was bad, but it was not even a good. Like, it's not. I knew it wasn't even good, so I don't even know why I did it. To be fair, bad, real bad. real bad. Wait, where is the nightgown? I'll be bringing them forward properly in winter. We'll wear nightgowns in winter. I need to get a proper like a summer gown. I'm on the lookout for one. I had last week off, and then I'm back this week because last week we didn't. I didn't stream on Friday, did I? Sorry, I was away that weekend. Jimmy, hi, Mr. H. How's your week been? It's been all right, mate. It's tiring. I've done 4 streams now. Done 4 streams, 3 in a row, then a break, then this one. I'm quite tired, not going to lie. The trailer dropped for the Witcher season 2. I'm assuming that's what you're saying. Looks not bad. Yeah, I can't do a video on it because I just can't because Netflix blocks them. But it didn't seem too bad. It looked pretty good, to be fair. I'm excited for it. Yeah, the client list. Fucking someone knows what it was. It was so bad. So bad. Such a bad series. Would you rather have a superpower of choice, not too overpowered, for a year or $2 million? Superpower. I'd rather have a superpower of choice. I'm not someone that's massively intent on loads of money. Like, it's fine. I just want to have enough. I want to have enough money to do what I want to do. I don't want too much surplus money, if that makes sense. I'm not someone who's really out there looking for loads and loads of cash. So a superpower would be what I would choose, I think. Oh, that's a good question. I like that one. Ha! I remember the horror movie Teeth about a girl with teeth down below. I remember that. I'm not even offended that you're not a fan of Black Widow because you've said in your previous videos that you're not even a fan of the MCU movies, which is fine. Not everyone's going to like it. Yeah, I mean, I like some MCU movies, but I'm not an MCU fan. I'm not one of these people that's just going to mindlessly, guzzle down all the movies. Ah, true. Think of the cars you could build. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, no, okay, yeah, maybe that $2 million. Yeah, maybe. Do you think the hiatuses for Superman and Lois are CW's attempt to sabotage, or at least make it seem it's not more popular than Supergirl or Batwoman? So it's actually all to do with COVID. They had to stop the production for quite a while due to COVID, and not quite a while, but long enough that it caused the hiccup with their production schedule. So thankfully, it's not actually to do with that, because otherwise I would potentially agree with you. But no, it's got nothing to do with that. It is genuinely, honestly, because of COVID, which is dumb, but yeah, it is. I never saw Elektra, actually. I never got around to watching Elektra. I don't know why. I mean, I'm not going to rush out and watch it because it's not particularly good, but I'm sure it's not particularly good, but I never got around to watching it. Money, so I can buy the superpowers. Ah, Dominique, you got it. That's a good one. I like that one. That's decent. That's a good response. What's your favorite version of Godzilla from favorite G-Man film? Shin Godzilla is actually right up there. It is actually genuinely right up there. I really like Shin Godzilla. I think Shin Godzilla is great. Only problem with superpowers is if someone videos you, then calls the government. Yeah, true. True. Very true. Right, so again, ladies and gents, just to throw it out there, you have a limited time, and it is limited. This is a limited production thing. My Blu-ray is on sale now. We have 280 people here. We've sold 213. I'm damn sure it's not 280 odd people. I'm sure the 213 people are not here that bought it. So please, please, please do go and support me and buy that Blu-ray. It is a Lovecraftian psychological horror film that I wrote and directed. And I was also the producer on the hour-long making of documentary. And that is the real selling point, actually. The interviews, the footage behind the scenes, what goes on to make a film. There's lots of footage of Jasper, because Jasper was the mascot for this film. He's there. He's literally there. Sat with him, cuddling him on the floor. He's there watching. He's asleep a lot. He's there. There's lots and lots. There's like 100 stills behind the scenes. Go buy it. Go, 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 go. You will not be disappointed. You'll like it a lot. It's a good film. It'll make you sad, but it's a good film. I like that. I'm very proud of that one. So yeah, grab it. Grab it whilst you can. Also, side note, we've got memberships open. Members of the channel, shall we get Jasper here? Can we get Jaspers, please? Can we get the Jasper emoji? This is what you get if you become a member of the channel. You get access to emojis. 2 emojis at the moment, but we're getting more of them. You also have access to a weekly playthrough and also a members-only stream once a week, which is after one of the normal streams. So please do support the channel and become a member. If you want, you can do it for as little as 99 pence a month. So it's quite low, to be fair. Would you rather never be able to have sex again or never be able to hear any music? If it was sex or music, fuck music. That is literally no question. That's no question. Yeah. Poetically, good sex is just like is music to my ears anyway. It's fine. There you go. Oh, dear Christ. Dear Christ. So funny. Sorry to ask, how do I buy Breaking Lights? You follow that link. This link, which I've just put in the chat. That is how you buy Breaking Lights. It ships worldwide. You pay for it. That's how you buy it, my dude. Am I interested in working with Western Canadian production companies? That's a really vague question, my dude. I don't really. I don't know that. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. That's quite vague. So I don't know. Yeah. What sort of? What do you mean? Imagine how boring films, events, etc. are without music, though. True. Very, very true. What'll I be doing on Sunday, Mr. H? I don't know, actually. Maybe working on the Pulsar again, I think. Maybe. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm off. My back hurts. I need to go. I hope you're all well. I hope you enjoyed tonight's live stream. Next week, I'm hoping that these will actually go the full 3 hours that they used to be, because they used to be a good 2.5, 3 hours long. This week's been off the rails. Not my norm. These will be back to normal, though. Promise. I do promise. I'm always promising stuff. But thank you all so much, ladies and gents. Thank you all so much. Please do follow me over on Twitter and Instagram. Cheers, guys. Take care.